Gen friends, let's have the reading of newspaper of 14th June 2024. The first news is about the NTA cancels scorecard of 1,563 NEET candidate. Center informs Supreme Court that these candidates who were given grace marks will be allowed to attend a retest on June 23. If not, their original scores without grace mark will be treated as final scores. Friend, as we know that recently there are a lot of protests observed by the students and teachers of NEET due to some irregularities in the exam conductions and their result declaration. And some of teacher has reached to the Supreme Court regarding this, and they just demand their re-NEET and re-examination. This is matter in Supreme Court, and the investigation is going on. In that way, the NEET NTA has admit that the student who get grace will not have the grace again, and their marks will be as similar without the grace as considered final mark, or they have the chance to increase their mark in the retest in June 23. Second news is from Kuwait, as Kuwait offer help to repatriate bodies. Recently, there is a fire in a building in which many Indian workers have lost their life, and many of them are from Kerala. To act in this matter, the Kuwaiti government offered to repatriate bodies of Indian workers. Third news is about Upper Yamuna River Board to resolve Delhi water crisis. In the June, we see that there is a continuous news about the water management, water scarcity in Delhi NCR. To taking in the cognizance, the Supreme Court scolded the Delhi government that how they just are completing with the survey or their water mismanagement or water wastage, and simultaneously the related authority of water has increased their surveillance over the Munnak Canal and over the upper Yamuna Canal. Another news is about the gig workers brave extreme heat with no help from employers. The gig workers are working hard, and they just working hard in the peak temperature, and they are not getting very much help from their employers, their organizations. Next news is about that we have already done. Supreme Court asked Upper Yamuna River Board to resolve water crisis in Delhi. A day after SC rap, Delhi police began Munnak Canal vigil. This is the news that Yadurappa may be arrested as POSCO court issue warrant. The NEET cheaters. The editorial is about the message in the RSS chief speech. He talk about the maryada, he talk about the arrogance, and in this editorial, the to whomsoever it may concern, sermon has virtually laid out a roadmap for the government and prescribed a model code of conduct. He talk about the one should not be involved in the actions or not in the taking the credit of that actions. One should be the maryada, one should follow the maryada that has very much related to the Lord Rama. These are the word of RSS chief speech. You can read it if you have interest in the politics. This article is about carried forward. The BJP government should continue development scheme in Odisha. In this article and in this editorial, the author and the editor talk about the need of social development scheme in Odisha. Odisha is one of the a backward state despite having the high number of resources and energy and have a sea border. Is BJP honors to maintain the social scheme in this Odisha and make Odisha prosperous and to integrate with the mainstream development. Singular focus. Science is now too vast to be administered by one ministry. In this editorial, author and editor talk about the classification of ministries in different sections, as science has been so diverse and the continuously increasing and upgrading. So bifurcations of ministries is needed, and in this article it mentioned about the responsibility bifurcation to the which ministry, whom and how it be done. This talk about the ideology of social peace is still working. India's millennium-old civilization has asserted itself in this general election, placing constraints on the politics of hatred. Do the coalition government slow down the economic reform agenda? It is the questions that asked by many people in this time. Next news is about chanting with the Sunil Chetri. Recently, Chetri has taken off from the football career, and he just buy the football career in last match against the Arab team, and there is a news about Chetri managed to keep the fans and the press happy while happening maintain the sanctity of athlete journalist relationship. The allegations over the NEET UG 2024. On June 13, the Union government submitted to the Supreme Court that the scorecards of 1,563 candidates who were given compensatory mark in the Common Undergraduate Medical Entrance Examinations 2024 held on 5th May will be cancelled. The intake constitute a 4-member committee to go into the truth behind this allegation made this year. The panel found that the compensatory mark awarded to the 1,563 students result in a skew situation. Grace marks has to be limited to the attempt questions alone. Students and the education expert have expressed dissatisfaction, arguing that if the exam can be cancelled for 1,500 students, then that is an admission of error, and therefore they claim that the logical thinking would be cancel the May 5 examination for all candidates and conduct a retest. This news is about China Grey Zone warfare tactics against Taiwan. As recently, the Navy captain of PLA reached to the Taiwan, and the recent coordinator of Taiwan somewhere saw the intention of China, and their release of a video game to coordinator of Taiwan is clear the intention that they just progressively and aggressively working to consolidate to integrate the island Taiwan with the mainland China. Fresh infiltration in Jammu and Kashmir may have played a role in attack. Security agencies say there are 4 security agencies says 3 or 4 group of terrorists on the move in Riaisi, Doda and Kathua. Since mid 2021, Jammu division hit by 26 terrorist strikes, pointing to be a revived militancy. Terrorist planning strike on force in Jammu, JK police. In Raisi, the police retained 50 persons in connection with the attack on pilgrimage bus in Kanda area. Manipur government formed panel to oversee rehabilitation of internally displaced person. Patil and fast, give a month to government to accept demand. Pema Khandu sworn as CM of Arunachal Pradesh for the third term. Doval reappointed as National Security Advisor, Mishra to be the State PM Principal Secretary. And this news is from US. Jake Sullivan and Kurt Campbell expected to visit Delhi next week to discuss key issues. Target is to achieve self-reliance in defense manufacturing, say Rajnath. Vaishnav directs railways to prevent unauthorized travel. Railway Minister concerned about report of unreserved passengers travelling in reserved coaches asked General Manager to launch special drives involving RPF personnel to curb the menace. 6 killed in landslide rain wreak havoc in Sikkim and North Bengal. 6th worker killed in blast at firecrackers unit near Nagpur. Will prioritize airfare review, new civil aviation minister. And he says price fluctuation since COVID-19 pandemic is a case of concern. Promise to pursue regional connectivity began during Ashok Gachapati Raju's tenure. Ambuja Cement to acquire Pena Cement for 10,422 crores. Mumbai-Delhi luxury real estate among top 5 globally. Knight Frank. EU court fines Hungary 200 million euros for not following asylum laws. Chinese premier warned against chasm in ties with the New Zealand. And will end the era of gestures and gimcracks if we win poll. Starmer. US reports Gershok to be tired on spying charges. Russia. Hezbollah attack Israeli base as Gaza war rages. Europe will lock up Russia assets until it pays for Ukraine war. UK sanction on Moscow Stock Exchange. South Africa ANC strike deal with the several parties. Turkey to buy F-16 warplane from US. Rapid diagnostic test from India may help stem upper bug crisis. India made TB diagnostic tech win acclaim at World Health Assembly. A comprehensive immunization schedule for women is ready. That's are the news headline of the Hindu and the Hindu reading. That's from my side. Jain. See you soon.